So today we start reading John's Gospel, and the other three Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, are a little bit like Neapolitan ice cream. So you've got chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla, and then you start to read John, and when you come to John, it's like you're eating this crazy mango sorbet or something like that, because there's just this tang about John that the others don't have. 90% of what John talks about doesn't occur in the other Gospels. So the same basic plot is the same, but 90% of the occurrences, conversations that Jesus is going to have with people like Nicodemus and the Samaritan woman and elsewhere, those things, they don't occur in the other Gospels. And John is seeing from a kind of another perspective. And even the way that John introduces his Gospel, have you noticed that Mark was probably the earliest Gospel to be written. Mark starts with Jesus as a 30-year-old man. And then Matthew, which is written a little after Mark, starts a bit earlier than that, and it starts with the birth of Jesus. And Luke, which is written slightly, probably around the same time as Matthew, Luke starts even earlier than Matthew, and he starts with the birth of John the Baptist. And John just starts just a tiny bit earlier than the birth of John the Baptist. He starts at the beginning of all time. In the beginning was the Word. And I don't know if you kind of think, I recognise those words that come in the first verse of John, in the beginning. Do you know what the first words are of the whole Bible? In the beginning. And they say, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And here, John is deliberately echoing those words when he introduces his gospel. And he is saying, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word is Jesus. So he's saying, in the beginning, Jesus. And he's trying to set a stage and a platform for what is about to happen and who he's about to tell us about, which is a cosmic stage. That the one I'm about to talk about in these pages is the one who is there from before the beginning, through whom everything was made. And there's this famous verse that comes in John chapter 1, verse 14. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. Elsewhere it talks about how no one has ever seen God. But what John is saying is, look, we've had breakfast with the glory of God. We have watched the glory of God have a shave. We have been fishing with the glory of God. I have kind of eaten and sat by a fire with the glory of God. I have spent the last 3 years with the glory of God. I've seen his glory, and now I'm going to tell you all about him. Let's look forward to discovering more and more about the glory of God, Jesus Christ, the one who we love and who we worship, and who is full of both grace and truth.